$100K March challenge. So we've been trying to run, well, we did try to run 100Ks in 1 month. We're going to talk about the experience and, what we learned from it. First of all, we got Adrian as a guest. He's back.
I'm back.
Yep. And Chris,
What's going on?
the winner of the 100K challenge and first time on the podcast.
I don't know if there's a winner. I think we
Yeah.
all won. I think I just did it faster because of Cam. I think this just came about with Cam.
Technically, Rachel won.
Rachel actually won. Rachel won with
smoked everyone.
250 kilometers. But
Did she get 250 in the end?
she got 250.
I think she was above that, like
Oh,
Above
270.
250.
Yeah, so
I
That's
screenshotted
crazy.
it.
we
So
knew
we all
she-
lost.
We all lost. But with Cam and I doing the run, I was initially supposed to do it within the month, but Cam, being the instigator he is, and being me who I am, I know
Who are
if
you?
s- Yeah, I don't like when somebody tells me they're gonna beat me. So then that kind of initiated the race between Cam and I. So with that being said, I did it in 12 days.
So how did Cam say that he was going to beat you?
Well, he never said he was
Which
going
way?
He never said he was going to beat me. It kind of just started off with us doing the run casually, following the plan, doing 25Ks in a week. That was going to be the plan
For 4 weeks.
for 4 weeks. That would have given us the 100. And then Cam comes in to work. Obviously, Cam and I work together. He just comes in while I'm working. Is like, I'm 10Ks ahead. I'm like, huh, I don't think I like this very much. So then I would do a 10K, and then I'd catch up to him.
Well,
and then
you'd
the
probably
next-
do 10K and 100 meters.
and then 100 meters, and then the next day he'd come in and like, oh, I'm still in the lead. I'm like, all right, I guess it's a race now. After the third day, I guess it's a race. So we're gonna not follow my plan, and we're just gonna try to finish this as fast as we can and beat Cam. So my whole month of March goal was to beat Cam. That was it. Because initially we talked about this in November, didn't we?
Yeah, let's go back. Okay, so let's go back to the beginning here. Before we maybe go into whether or not the running was a good idea or who got injured or what happened, but let's begin with the start. Where did the challenge originate?
I think it started back in November
I
when
forget.
me and Adam were working out. And then after our workout here, we would have a couple of beers. And then we'd just talk about what challenge we wanted
Oh,
to
was
do.
it back then?
Back then, yeah. Because we wanted to do carnivore diet for March. Right?
That's right. Okay, now I remember.
But then we're like, maybe not. It's going to be a lot of money. And then it's a lot of time cooking all that meat. So then we were
and
like,
maybe in general it's a bad idea.
Yeah. And then I think we were talking about doing a challenge where none of us do. Because, if it was a surfing challenge, obviously you surf more than Adam and I.
That's
If it was,
Well, a bit more than you, Chris.
yeah, obviously, with my time schedule. But we wanted to find a challenge where we would all do something that none of us did frequently. So I think the running would have been something good. That's why we suggested the running. And then
And everyone was kind of on board with that, I think.
everyone was on
Yeah,
board.
no, there was no major.
And at the time, it was only
disagreement.
you, me, and Adam that were going to do it, right? And then eventually we got Adrian involved, and then we got Harvey involved, and then, I got Cam involved, and everyone just started joining in, and we
All
created this
through.
chat, or we created this group on Strava where there was like 9 of us, I think.
Yeah.
But essentially, it was just me, you, and Adam that were going to do it. And we wanted 3 challenges. We wanted run 100 Ks in a month. Excuse me. We wanted read 1 book in the month, and what was the third one? No alcohol.
No alcohol.
no
right.
alcohol. Tell us about.
We basically made like a really easy version of 75 hard.
Yeah, basically.
We did 30.
75 hard is way too difficult.
We wanted
Let's make it simpler.
we wanted a clean month for March. Be sober for March. Have a book just to stay off the computer, to stay off
Great.
the phone and
Off the screens.
off the screens, basically, and something physical, right?
Mm.
I thought it was going to be a lot more challenging, the running side, because we all do our separate sort of fitnesses on the side. I have jiu-jitsu, you have, mono gym surfing, Adrian,
Wearing a Pacheco shirt.
yeah,
Come on, bro.
jiu-jitsu or die.
You're not exclusively jiu-jitsu.
Adrian had his, Groove and Wellness, and all his stuff on the side as well. So I thought trying to find the balance between doing everything that we wanted to do and the running was going to be a lot more difficult, but I didn't find it that hard. I think the hard part about it was trying to find a time frame to run because it basically rained all of March.
It was the perfect month for it, really.
It was actually really good.
There's no surf.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It was
But
Forced you to go out.
just taking it back, I thought I was the pioneer of inventing this challenge at Parramatta Headland. Or maybe it's just me in my imagination.
I can't remember. I can't remember.
Anyways,
but
I,
you
I
had.
might claim it.
Let's go on your part though, Adrian, because you had not an ideal run up
Not really.
because you had surgery just before, didn't you?
Yeah, so coming off,
So how's your running prep?
not good. Came in December 16, had partial meniscectomy, so they took a bit of my meniscus out. Prior to that, didn't run for about a year and a half, 2 years. Yes, but had a decent fundamental in terms of running. Like I used to run quite regularly. So jumping back on the bandwagon wasn't fantastic. And I now understand why people don't want to start running, because those initial couple of runs at the start
they're
is not
brutal, eh?
ideal. But it was
Everything hurts.
amazing. It was
Yeah.
amazing to have.
Did you do any running before March on your knee?
Yeah.
you did.
Oh, so you did do a little bit of a prep.
As soon as we figured that this is going out, like I manifested a run.
I knew I wasn't worried about Adrian. I knew Adrian was gonna pull the 100K because he ran, and
Yeah.
there was times before he got his surgery where I would run with him, and I would just not keep up.
Yeah.
I'd run with him and with Alvin, and it's just like one, I didn't have proper running shoes. I ran in like Converses.
Yeah, tell us
Yeah,
about.
I ran in Reeboxes. You know, I'd got blistered feet, so I didn't have proper running shoes, and I didn't know how to pace. You know, these boys would just hit like a 4-5 minute
So
pace.
yeah,
So I knew he was fine with the running. I was more concerned of how I would go because I don't run more than like 10 to 15 Ks in a week. I would do 2 runs. They would either sit between 5 to 7 Ks each run,
That's still pretty good though.
and that was me. Like I
Yeah.
didn't do more than 15 Ks. And when I was actually doing 24 Ks in a day, I was so surprised.
How many? But you didn't. How many times did you do 24 Ks in a day? That was one day, right?
That was one day that I did 24 Ks in a day. The next day I would do like 14, and then the day after that I would do a 15. And it was just those were like my big runs compared to what I would do in a week.
Yeah.
I'd like to generally just say at a 5K run. It's a 30-minute run. Then I could
5K is way easier.
5K is so much easier. That was
Yeah.
our plan. Our plan was to do 5Ks a day. The way I was selling it to everyone was that if you do 5Ks a day, that's a 30-minute run, Monday through Friday. You know, get your heart rate up, you know, get some exercise in, and then you
And
can
you're
go about
done.
your day. You're done.
just mind you that no one really jumped on like straight away onto this challenge. Chris had to slick the hair back, put on the suit, and really sell it.
I had to sell it to some people. And when they thought about it that way, they're like, oh, 30 minutes, that's not a bad idea.
We were on it pretty quickly. Me, Harvey. Like I thought actually a few of the boys were on it pretty quick. But
I didn't think Harvey was going to actually do it.
I did one short run with Harvey, and I had the same as you with Adrian.
Yeah.
He was going to be fine.
Yeah.
Just for him, it was more having the time to do it.
Yeah.
And also because he parties on the weekend.
Yeah.
Does he?
There's a few write-offs. You know, he's probably not going to run Sunday morning and
Nah.
stuff like that. And if the
100%.
surf was pumping, I think we would have struggled more.
Yeah.
But the surf was so shit. What was your shortest run, Chris?
Let me talk about my shortest run. And this actually, this shortest run, this is where my pettiness kicks in, because I just did a run. I can't remember what day it was, but I was ahead. No, I wasn't even ahead of Cam. I think it was like I was 0.1 Ks off from Cam. So as soon as I finished my run, I went back inside. I cooled down. I did a stretch, and then my Strava loaded, and it says I was 0.1 Ks away from Cam. And I was like, nah, he's gonna fucking tease me the next day, because I know I'm gonna go into work the next day, and he's gonna be like, oh yeah, good job, but you just still didn't beat me. So I didn't want to hear that. So I went back outside, and I did 0.1 of a K. I just ran like to the end of the street and back.
In what shoes?
I don't my normal running shoes. I just put them back on.
You put your shoes on.
I
at
put my
least.
normal running shoes back on. I was like, nah, screw this. I'm not gonna let him
Wow.
have the laugh. So I did the 0.1 K, and then I named the run "Fuck You, Cam," because I knew he was gonna see it, and I just wanted him to see that I was ahead of him for the 0.1 K. Because the next day I was gonna come into work and just be like, yeah, nice job trying to catch up to me. Yeah, good job. But that was my shortest run. That
I
probably
know.
took me about maybe 23 seconds.
I still logged it.
Yeah, still logged,
Yeah.
still logged. Some of the boys, I got some of the boys at work to do it, but I knew they weren't gonna do it, but I kind of got a free case of Coronas out of this. Some of the boys, I sold it to them, and they're like, "Yeah, I can run easily." But these guys drink a lot, and they just all they do is just drink and surf, and that's about it. They don't really do any fitness. So I was like, "Oh, maybe I can get a case of Coronas out of this." So I bet them if they win, if they actually do the case of, or if they actually do the run within the month, I would buy them a case of VBs, and then they're like, "Done, sold." Like easy. I'm like, okay, cool. So then I think the only run one of the boys logged was 0.4 Ks to the bottle shop. And that's the only run he logged the whole month.
Oh my god.
So I got a free case of Coronas out of that.
Wow.
And that we were supposed to have that case at Turry Headland.
Yeah,
the
and then the
31st.
weather was
Yeah.
just terrible.
Postponed.
Yeah.
It was just
Yeah,
getting
we
raining.
still have a party up our sleeve, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, the 100K party.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good point because 100K running challenge, it's actually not that hard, but it's just hard enough that you have to change some aspects of your routine during that month. Like I definitely went on a few runs where I was like I didn't really want to, but because I wanted to clock in the case, you're just like, all right, let's just do it.
Mm.
But you paced it better than anyone, Adrian. You probably did it very even across the month. Is that
Oh,
the
thank
plan?
you. I appreciate.
Yeah, you were smart about it.
Yeah, I got caught up in the pendants. I wanted to beat Cam as well. There's a lot of I just beat him by like a day or something.
just so
Or by
annoying.
a few hours, I
It
think.
was just so annoying.
Yeah.
I love it because at no point did we stipulate that getting to 100 first was the challenge.
We had no winners.
There was no like we were kind of just trying to finish everyone in the month, and that was kind of the general consensus going into it, right? So when this all ticked off, like on Strava of all places to be ticked off, it was funny to watch and be on the other side of things because I was pretty much in my own world. I was like, at one point, I was like
You were like
30 Ks
yeah.
behind the closest person.
Yeah, you were at Nick's level.
Well, me and Nick were
Yeah,
side by side,
you
and
were
him and I were having coffees at the back and seeing you guys struggle at the front.
It was just so annoying waking up the next day and just seeing that notification. Cam has passed you on Strava.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh god.
Strava's the best.
I just did 12 Ks right before I went to bed. It's so annoying. So then I looked and he's up another 10 Ks on me, and I'm like, oh
Yeah.
Yes.
Strava was so good though. I thought that was a really fun app to use for the challenge.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was
that
fantastic.
that
If
was
we do
really
it
good.
again, we definitely have to make the Strava app the
The group.
stat
Yeah,
basically.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
big ups to Strava because their marketing team has really had Chris on for the whole month, giving those notifications to you. Wow.
That was the hardest part, just looking at who's surpassed you. And I think a couple times Harvey's passed me. And I think it was after that 50K line, Harvey kind of cooled it back down. And then that's when me and Cam just started going
Yeah.
really ham, because I think we did that last 50Ks in like 3 days. Yeah.
Yeah. I think Harvey slowed down a little bit towards the end because he barely made it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
but
barely
at
made
the
it. He
end
made
of
it
it-
on the last days, didn't he?
Yeah,
Because it
something
was
like that.
running, or it was raining, and he was
Yeah.
like, "When am I gonna run?" Like that was the hardest part for me too. There were some runs where I had to cut short because I was stuck in the rain.
Oh, it's brutal.
Yeah, and I was just like, man, I gotta get out of here because I'm gonna get my phone drenched, get my headphones drenched,
Yeah.
and I'm not trying to buy a brand new phone.
And I
Just-
only had one pair of shoes, so if they were getting wet, I couldn't run the next day.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just stay,
Barefooted.
barefoot run.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the next challenge.
There, oh no,
Yeah.
God, no,
Yeah.
please no. There was
What was
definitely
the best run you had, Chris?
my best run was probably, I think it was like an 18K. I
Oh, so
ran-
your longest run, you reckon, was the best one? Like, what was your best experience? I mean,
Mm,
probably not the 18K one because you got shin splints off that one.
I heard you couldn't walk for a while.
nah, that was that was
Your
that was a-
Achilles tendon.
That was a pretty bad one. My best run. Oh, I don't know. I would say it'd probably be that 18K because I felt pretty good. I think because I ran from work home, and I went through Monavale Hospital up through Cooksey's, the big
Yeah.
hill. I went through there, and I went all the way
The
through
Great Hill.
North
Hated
Narrabeen.
that hill in the end.
Oh, that hill was horrible.
I had a good relationship with that hill.
So I took the beach trail, right?
Yeah.
I took that trail, and then I was going up North Narrabeen, and my plan was to turn around at the, you know where Whole Leaf is? Whole Leaf Cafe?
Yep.
I was gonna turn there and go back home, but I felt pretty good. I was like, oh, let me run to the fire station. So I ran to the fire station, and I was like, oh, I still feel pretty good. So I was like, I'm gonna run to Long Reef Headland. So I ran all the way to Long Reef Headland. I did the run, the trail on Long Reef. I went around, and then I went all the way back around, and then that's when I went home.
Yeah.
And then by the time I got home, I was like 18 Ks. I was like, oh, sweet, that's
Yeah.
awesome, and I felt pretty good. It wasn't until like the next day that my legs were hurting.
So,
Yeah.
which run was this? Was this the winning 100K?
Nah, that was.
Okay.
We'll get to that one. That one's pretty funny. But this one was maybe the third to last day, right? Because after that, Cam came to work. He did a run in the morning, which was 10 Ks, and then he did another run at lunchtime without telling me. And then he came into my
Stuck
room.
out during lunch.
Yeah, he snuck out during lunch. He came into my room while I was working, which infuriated me, and he wrote a big 80 on my wall. And I was just like, I was looking at him like, did you just do that? Are you ahead of me by 20 Ks? He's like, yep, have fun. And then he walks out, and I was so mad. I was so angry. Like, Grant comes into my room. He's like, are you going to go run? I'm like, oath. I'm like, going to finish this board, and I'm going home. And it was like lunchtime. And I had like 4 other boards to do for like this Japanese order. So I was like, nah, they can wait. I'm going to go run.
Like the rest of them.
Yeah, like the rest of the late boards. So I finished the board that I was doing, and I told Grant, I'm like, I'm leaving. I'm going to go run. So I go home.
Caliber of people.
Such a
though,
loser.
in the
I go-
workplace.
Before I leave, right, I tell Cam and Grant, I'm like, screw this. I'm finishing it today. I'm done. Like, I'm not over this comp. I don't want to run
You should
anymore.
tell everyone about what happened in your relationship after this.
I will. I'll get there. So then I tell the boys, I'm like, I'm going running. I'm done. I'm not here anymore. So I go home. I walk through the door, and then Chantel was like, oh, you got home early.
Yay.
I was like, yep, I did. But listen, because she asked me, she was like, can you help me with some things? I'm like, nope. Listen, for the next 24 hours, my main concern is getting, I don't know, 35 Ks done within 24 hours. And she's like, huh? I'm like, I cannot help you with anything.
Indeed.
Don't ask me to do anything. The only thing I'm going to focus my energy on is 35 Ks. That's it. And she wasn't pretty happy about that.
Of course. No one's happy.
She was like,
Cam's not happy.
she was
I'm
like-
not happy.
okay, yeah, whatever. So then she was pretty angry with me with that.
Of course.
Um,
And how's
she
your
gave me a
relationship?
little bit of sass with that. She wasn't too happy. But then when I got home, I did 12 Ks right when I got home. And then I went back home, took a quick shower, had a banana, watched You Got Served. That was pretty fun. It gave me a little bit of motivation. I was like, fat man, let's go. I was like, all right, cool. So then I did another 6 Ks because Chantel was like, I got to go to Woolies to Warwood Square. Do you want to come? I was like, yes, I do, but I'll run there. I'll meet you there. So she drove, but I
That's a
ran there.
workaround.
I ran there, and she
She ran support.
yeah, she ran support. So then I ran
Giving you
there,
bottles out of the window.
and I got there a bit early before her because I was like, don't leave for another 15 minutes. Let me get a little bit
You
of lead.
beat her there.
Yeah. So while I was there, I was just kind of like doing loops in the parking lot until she got there to clock some more Ks, and then she got there and we did our thing.
Anyone in the general public just looking at this guy doing loops around the parking lot.
There was one lady standing at this ATM
joined
for
in.
for the longest time, and I was just running back and forth to her, and she kept doing this. She kept looking back. At me. I'm like, I'm not trying to steal your passcode here, lady. Just get your money and go. You're interrupting my run here.
That's the exact person that you want to look out for. They're
No.
in
Yeah.
athletic gear.
Yeah.
They're quick. They're obviously in tune with their body.
She thought I was just gonna
Of
shank her in the
course.
back, take her money, and run. No, I just wanted to get some Ks in. So then I ran back home, and that was 18 Ks. So then I had to do another 15 in the morning. So I was like, man, all right, this is gonna be tricky.
And explain to everyone what you're doing that night as well, because that's pretty important to.
What was I doing? that
You
night?
you're playing games.
Did you play with Richard?
Oh
You're
yeah,
playing with
I
Richard.
was, yeah, I hopped online. I hopped on the PS5, and me and Richard, Adam, and then Richard's brother, we all have like this group that we play on PS5. This zombie game, and
It's
I
another
think
one.
yeah. So it's funny because we all just hop on mic and we just talk smack and everything. So we're playing till about 11:30 midnight, and I look at my clock. I was like, man. Boys, I really got to go to sleep because I got to wake up at 3 in the morning. Because I knew because Cam was gonna wake up. I knew his routine too. This was the good thing about it. This is where I strategized a little bit. He wakes up around 5:15.
Key pettiness.
He wakes up around 5:15, gets ready. He starts his morning run around 6:01, 6:02. If you see his Strava logs, they're all around that same time. So I'm like, all right, I know Cam's gonna wake up.
I didn't know you were a psycho.
Yeah, this is weird.
Listen. When it comes to competitiveness, no one beats me. I'm tuned in. So he wakes up around 6:00, or he goes for a run around 6:01, 6:02, and then I knew if he woke up on Saturday, he was going to do that last 20 Ks and beat me, and I wasn't gonna let him have that. Privilege. So I was like, screw this. I gotta wake up at 3. I gotta do these last 15 Ks, and I gotta post it before he wakes up. So that way, when he wakes up, he's gonna think he's gonna go for a run, but he's not. So this is what happened at midnight. I look at my clock. I look at my phone. I'm just like, boys, I gotta go to sleep. I gotta be up in like 3 hours, right? So then they're like, oh, okay, cool. They didn't believe me, so I was like, that's fine, whatever. So I set an alarm on my phone, and it felt like a nap. It felt like a power nap, right? And as soon as
So you're waking up in the middle of the night.
yeah, it felt like a power nap, like 3 hours. And so I wake up. I was like, all right. I felt very sluggish. My feet felt very heavy, and my shins were killing me. My shins, my Achilles, everything was killing me. I was like, oh, screw it. I'm just going to go for a run. Gotta do it. That was my whole mentality. I was like, don't even think about it. Gotta do it. And then I just threw on a podcast on. I didn't want to throw any music on. I wanted to listen to something that was going to drown my head out, and just maybe a story or something.
You probably put on David Goggins.
Yeah.
Something.
I should have. That would have been a bit better. So I'm running through my neighborhood, and I stayed in my neighborhood because there's a bit of light. Because my plan was to go around. I wanted to go around the lagoon and then go around the lake, but there wasn't enough light at the time, and there's street lights in my neighborhood. So I ran from my house to the liquor land and back. That was my only trail, back and forth.
Up and down the street.
You know,
God,
a
How many
15
laps is that up and down?
Boring.
It's like
well, this
a
is the
lot.
thing. A 15K only takes me about an hour and a half. This run took me about 2.5 hours. That's how slow I was moving. If you look at my my splits,
Tell them what the pace was.
it was like 11 minutes a K. It was
Nah,
like
it was 7 or 8, wasn't it?
no,
It
there was
was
some
11.
that were like
11's
11 and
walking.
12. Yeah, I was running slower than I was walking.
There was a couple
Hey,
of
wait! I don't know if that counts.
That
This
counts?
might-
Don't
this
take it from me
might-
because that counts.
There was a minimum pace requirement.
No, there was no minimum pace requirement that counts. And to be honest, I was
Walking
running.
does not count.
I should have walked. I swear to God, I should have walked because I would have been faster.
But we were very specific about that part. You could not allowed to walk.
You wouldn't tell. You wouldn't have been able to tell because my walking pace would have been faster than my running
Hiking
in
did
place
not count.
pace.
It was calculated that at that pace, if you rounded up to 100 meters, he was running at about 5 or 6 k's an hour.
Yeah, it was.
It was not fast. If you,
My pace was pretty slow. We're gonna
But-
admit that.
yeah.
With that being said, it's the effort that counts. I got up at 3.
The effort is ludicrous.
I'll tell you what. The feeling that I had when I finally hit that 100K,
and that you knew that you didn't do it properly.
and I knew that I did, and I knew that I did it properly.
But still, the number beat Cam's number.
And I
in
knew that I did
Strava.
it properly. I felt so good. I laid in my bathtub though, my feet up on the wall, and I just laid in my bathtub. I was like, oh, my legs are killing me. It was just cold water just hitting me, and I was just in my bathtub for about 35 minutes. And I was just trying to stretch my legs, pull them in, flexing them, straightening them out, flexing them, straightening them out for like 35 minutes. I was just so much in pain, but I felt so good. I felt so good.
Have
And
you
then-
run ever since?
Yeah. Well,
Oh, have you?
no. Well, yes, yes, I have.
Yeah, no.
I have. So it took me about a month to actually be able to run again after that. I've gone on 2 runs recently. My first run was to Pacheco. I went to Pacheco to work out, and then I ran back home. And that
Did you
was-
run in your gi?
No. I only went to go lift weights. I didn't actually
Oh,
train.
okay.
So I went to just for the weights. So I ran to Pacheco, which is 3.3 Ks. Then I ran back, so it was like 6.6.
It's not bad.
But I felt really good. Really good. My legs felt so strong. My conditioning and endurance felt so good. I think that was my fastest run. It was like 5.12.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
you trained for that one.
Yeah,
Wow.
It's weird how much easier a 5Ks at the end of that challenge than towards the beginning of it.
Yeah, well, because we
Yeah.
were doing it was so common we were doing 10s. Anything under 10 was like we weren't getting ahead. So we were doing 10s minimums, and then everything over that was just
Because that was around that distance where it got hard though. 7 to 8 was pretty straightforward,
yeah.
but when I started to do the 12s and above, it was like the last few Ks was a struggle.
Yeah.
Mm.
I think my first run and my last run were the hardest. My first run probably it was hard because of the location. I was at Rat Park.
Rat Park.
You guys
Just
are the
just did loops at Rat Park. Why did you do that?
Well, all right, this is the initial plan for
Oh
that
my
because
God.
because it was raining, all right, and I was like, I can't run too far away because if I get stuck in a huge like rainstorm, everything is gonna get soaked. My phone, my headphones, everything, like I was saying. So I was like, let me run somewhere where I'm gonna be close to the car. That way, in case it does come down with some heavy rainfall, I can just jump into the car, maybe wait for it a bit to die down or go home. But I ran Rat Park just the loop. I was like a dog, a dog running a track, right?
Greyhound.
Yeah, I was just running the same loop over and over again
For 12 Ks.
for 12 Ks, and that one was really messing with my head. I was like, oh, just keep
Crazy
going, just keep
person.
going.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just put some music on, just drowned everything out, and just went back to my Goggins phase. Stay hard, stay hard, stay hard. That was my Goggins phase. I was like, gotta get this shit done, gotta get it done. And then it rained on me, and I had to call it for like 3 Ks because my initial plan, I told you I was gonna run 15 Ks first day.
Yeah, I think you wanted 25 on the first 2.
yeah. I was like, and you and Adam were just like laughing. I'm like, all right.
Well, I wanted you to do it, but I thought it was a bad idea.
I had to call it early on the first run because
Yeah.
it rained heavy on me. So 12 Ks for the first day wasn't bad. It was just that mentality of running the same loop over and over.
Yeah.
That was kind of boring.
Adrian, did you run with music?
Yes, I had a good setup. I had like a waterproof headphone, and it connected to my watch. It was wireless.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I had none of
Explain
these
that whole
issues.
setup.
Oh,
What's the brand?
well, it's Garmin Vivo 4, maybe. I don't know. It's a pretty
The
old
watch?
watch. Yeah, I used to use it when I was back really into running.
So how does it get music? Does it stream?
Bluetooth, baby.
But where's the music?
Spotify.
So your Spotify is connected from the phone
Yeah.
onto your
You don't need your phone, so
Yeah.
the Spotify app is on the actual watch itself.
and that's connected to
cool.
the internet.
It doesn't. No, you download the music.
Oh, you got to
onto
download it
Yeah.
first. Okay.
So you download the music onto it, then you got different playlists. You can press play.
Oh, so
listen
you,
to
you make like a
podcasts,
running playlist on Spotify on your phone probably,
Put the
and
headphones
then
on.
download it onto the watch, and then put the headphones on. Oh,
That's
okay.
exactly
do
right.
you have to log into your Strava into that, or do you just start running?
No, the Strava's just connected to my Garmin watch. So every
Yeah.
time I, set up a Garmin run, whatever, press stop, save it, it gets uploaded.
How
Why-
did,
what
how
was
did
your
you do it?
Yeah, what
That's
was your
what I did
setup?
as well.
I had my phone on an armband.
Oh, you
and
ran with your phone.
I ran with my phone, but I had
Yeah.
the armband. Just because I can't carry my phone or I can't have it in my pocket. It's so annoying how some people
Oh,
run
yeah.
with their phone in their pocket.
I,
Just-
c- I didn't have my phone at
the
all.
iPhones are too big. You can't do that
Yeah.
anymore. They're so massive. So I had to do it on my armband, and then I had to actually press record on Strava, and
Yep.
then start running.
Yep.
And then I don't think my Beats are waterproof. I have some really old ones, so I don't think
Yeah.
they were waterproof. So I wasn't gonna risk it.
I ran with no music, and I bought a
And
really
you call
cheap.
me a psycho? That's a psycho.
I
Who
prefer.
runs with no
I
music?
prefer it. Hey.
I cannot listen to.
Oh, I don't breathe that heavy.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
cool, sick. It's just
Nah,
like running
but
hard.
one, I don't like running with any earphones over air or in air, and like I just like being out, like just listening to whatever's out there.
He's
Yeah.
a real nature man,
Yeah.
huh?
Yeah, I don't know. We're on the northern beaches. It's not that. It's just a lot of traffic and
Yeah.
shit. But yeah, I've never really been running with music. And
What
I bought a cheap Garmin. Like I just bought
oh,
a
yeah, you did
super
buy a
cheap
Garmin.
secondhand
Yeah.
Garmin, and it worked perfectly, except for. Did you have that issue as well? Like when you start the run on your Garmin,
Mhm.
sometimes it takes forever for the GPS to click in.
Yeah, that's true.
It's the same with
just,
yours?
Yeah, I skipped it. I just banged it on. I just
I just ran
Ah.
like
Yeah,
a
so I
K
just press
without it being tracked.
run, and then see it says GPS
You
tracking,
waited for
whatever.
GPS and you
I
just
just
hit it,
bang
and it's
it-
still
bang it on.
recorded accurately.
Oh, I don't know how accurate it is, but I was
damn,
pretty
I was
impa-
sometimes super annoyed about
I was
that.
pretty impatient, to be honest.
Yeah.
I couldn't wait for that.
What kind of music do you listen to? I'm always curious about what people listen to when they run.
Me?
Yeah, because
And
I
I was
can't.
listening to
I can't do soft like music. Like I can't do soft music.
I was listening to a variety of stuff. I had like a top 100 playlist from back
What-
in the day. All sorts of music, rap,
Yeah.
funk music.
For both of you though, what was the best song during the challenge that you had like a
That
good
was-
good
that-
rhythm to?
Oh, man.
Jack Harlow.
No. Kanye West. Is it Black Skin? Is it? What's? It's a Kanye West song. It's got like Black Skin, or it just starts with God.
Oh, is it from the JC
God.
album?
Yeah.
I
It's
think I know
just
what you
like-
mean. Oh, that's sick. That one. Yeah.
I was like, oh,
Yeah.
here we go. And I just started sprinting at some points, and then I'd stop sprinting as I run out of breath. So that was probably my go-to song when I was just on repeat.
Yeah.
That was my song. I was just listening to that song.
I didn't have a song that
I got it.
uplift me, but I found that
What's your favorite?
well, when I listen to music, I listen to all very familiar music. So it just blends into the background and I just get into this zone. I used to do it when I was studying. So I used to
Oh,
study
wow.
with music in.
Yep.
And because I was so familiar with the music, it was just normal.
Yeah.
And so, like, I'd study better with music than just being in a silent library because there would be like little creaks and
Yeah,
people
yeah.
moving their books or whatever it may be. And it was all random. But if I found that I had something consistent that I knew, like the exact music, I found much
Yeah.
easier to concentrate. So, yeah, a familiar playlist.
Is it just running that you don't listen to music to, or can you listen to music when you study, or is it just?
When I don't study anymore, but on work, it's a mix. Sometimes I put it on, sometimes I don't. I mean, often I can't because I'm editing videos, so
Yeah.
I obviously have to listen to what I'm doing. I also go on those YouTube
Chill
study
hop?
ambient. Oh no, the study ambient. So it's just
Oh, yeah.
like really, I don't know how to explain it. It's almost like yoga music, but
Yeah, yeah.
it's just background, like
Yeah, background
really
noise.
mellow. When I'm in the gym, I really, yeah, I'd definitely prefer to have music on.
Music on, yeah. I was doing podcasts a lot too, like on the bigger runs. I was listening to podcasts.
Yeah, that was
Would you
great.
get what they were saying, like retain the information, or
Yeah, I
yeah.
would actually listen
I
to
think I would for me.
more podcasts with comedians. Like
Oh,
I was
okay.
doing podcasts with Andrew Schultz
Yep.
and Charlemagne the God. They do a podcast called Brilliant Idiots. It's a pretty funny podcast.
Yeah.
And Andrew Schultz is one of my favorite comedians, so I'll listen to them a lot. I'll listen to a lot of Joe Rogan's where he's doing podcasts with Bert, Tom,
Oh,
and
the funny ones,
Ari's.
yeah,
Just funny ones.
yeah.
Just something I don't have to retain information.
Yeah.
Just something I can laugh at, and it feels like I'm there and I'm running. I'm not actually focusing on my run. I'm more so listening to what they're saying.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
kind of getting me through longer runs
Yeah.
than just music. Because sometimes I did get a bit unmotivated with the music and I needed to change it up. Something
Yeah.
just to keep me going. Because I felt at some points where I wanted to stop, but I was like, oh, if I stop now, it's not going to be enough. So I pushed an extra like 3 or 4 Ks. So yeah, I needed something just to drown out a little bit of pain.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my goal.
Adrian, when were you running? You were mostly doing afternoons.
Yeah, I would check the surf in the morning and then go to work and then
Okay.
afternoons.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that worked for me. That
Yeah.
was my routine.
Yeah, I think I saw you mostly logging in like later ones.
Yeah.
I think I did a mix, maybe more mornings. Yeah, you obviously did every morning and every evening.
Yeah, well,
Chris?
my plan, if it wasn't going to rain for the month, was to run to work and run back home from work because that's 5Ks.
Yeah, yeah.
Running home from work is so much better than me going home, actually putting my stuff down, getting ready for a run, and then like deciding whether I want to go for a run.
Yeah.
Because if I run home from work, the run's done. That's it. I got
Yeah.
home, I got my workout in, and then I can do whatever I need to do. But that was
Yeah.
going to be my plan if it didn't rain all the month of March.
You don't want to make the decision though. That's what I would like. I didn't run that much in the afternoon, but if I ran coming home from work, I was like in the door, running shoes on, out the door,
Yeah,
like nothing.
yeah.
Like as soon as you start fiddling with something,
Yeah.
it's all like you're just starting like maybe I shouldn't run today.
Yeah, you're talking yourself out of it.
Oh, it's so easy.
And then you're looking at your shoes, just like, oh, nah, maybe a bit later.
Just
Maybe
gotta
I'll
put the
wait."
shoes on straight away, and then that's when I was getting annoyed with the Garmin because I was like, I want to get going, and then I'm like, fuck, it's not like
Yeah,
logging in
I
yet.
forced started.
Yeah,
just
okay, that's
it to go.
interesting.
Were you
Yeah.
with your run? Were you planning how many Ks you were going to do, or did you just go?
Little bit. I had a couple of loops. So there's a loop where I live, which is there's a 4K loop and a 5K loop, and I would kind of start on that, and then I'd be like, I'm definitely doing one of those.
Yeah.
So and they both had the same start, and then I kind of decide a little bit throughout that first K or two which one I'd take, and then if I felt really good and had time, I would just maybe do like a longer one, which would be like I think some of them were like 7 to 8. If I
Yeah.
just ran all the way down to Narrabeen and back up and around, yeah, it's actually pretty good area to run in.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
I mean, some of the runs that I was doing, I wasn't really pushing a number. I was just wanted to see,
Yeah.
let me get here and see how I feel.
Yeah.
And then I, kind of contemplate whether I wanted to keep going from there or not. If I felt pretty good, I'd go to my next
Yeah.
checkpoint. And then on these smaller runs, my plan was like any big runs, I would just walk hills. There aren't many hills here, but I would just walk hills on anything over a 10K. If it was under a 10K, I'd kind of sprint a little bit more. So my thing when I do sprint splits is that I kind of do this thing where that hill at Turry, you're going up to Turry before you come out from the south side.
Yeah.
I like sprinting that hill because what I'll do is, all right, I'm gonna sprint until I see a red car, right? Until I pass a red car.
just a
Right.
random red car.
No, it's got to be parked. You just
Oh,
park
okay.
on that street. So
Not
I'm
that
gonna.
often that many red cars.
That's the thing, yeah, right? So you have to sprint until you, and that kind of keeps you going. Then you finally see that red car, and that'll give you that extra little bit of gas for the extra.
What if the
1%.
car just pulled out of the parking lot?
Then you're going for your next. You're going for your next red. Then you're screwed. You better keep going.
I've got to make it.
But anything like under a 10, like if I was doing like a 5 or 7, I'll do some sprint splits
Mm.
just to get ready for the month of March for
Yeah.
that. And I kind of enjoy doing that. That's a little trick that I do if
Yeah.
I want to just get a little sprint section in my run.
I didn't have many. Yeah, I didn't have many I think I had 2 runs. I had one where I was trying to beat someone. I can't remember who. I would like just jump ahead, and then obviously the last one I wanted to hit 100.
Yeah.
And then you know how you like, let's say you needed, I can't remember what I needed on the last one, maybe 15. And then you're running and you're like looking at the watch and you're
Yeah.
like trying to make sure, it's like, damn it, like
Yeah.
I log a little bit. So
Yeah.
I actually made it too far of a loop, and then I made it well before I got home, and I was so buggered. I just turned it off because I'd done it, and then I was just walking the rest of it home. I was like, I'm so knackered.
Were you guys
was
trying
brutal.
to hit a certain pace throughout?
Not in the beginning,
Okay.
but I did after a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did
What
you?
was your- Yeah, I tried to 5-minute flat it mostly.
5 minute case?
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, that's flying. I don't think I had any runs at 5 minute case.
Yeah.
I tried to zone myself in there.
Yeah.
I'll look at the watch, make sure it's around 5-minute case. I'm still.
That's good. I think if we did it again, and if we didn't want to up the total case, then we should up the pace. Like you only allowed to count case that's under a
An el-
certain amount of
yeah,
time.
an
I think that would be
eligible-
good.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think. Yeah. Otherwise,
Um,
we get 11-minute Ks and.
I would, well, we definitely would have a maximum. 11 should
Alright,
not count.
We'll give it a 10.
11 should definitely not
paces
count.
is-
You're
that
not
was
allowed
gonna
to
be a
walk.
ceiling
yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Now I was around, I'd say I was one of slower longer ones. I was probably higher 6 minutes Ks, and then I had a couple of good runs where I was well under 6. But yeah, it's pretty tough. And also then it becomes a question of how flat your run is, right?
Yeah.
Because the flatter it is, the easier it is to hold pace.
Totally.
Yeah.
That Warwood Headland is not helping my
That hill
average
will
pace.
be walked. I'm telling you, I will be walking that hill.
That's
I can't believe you're walking a bit. That's it's questionable.
Yeah.
I didn't
no,
walk
no.
once.
That
Nah.
trophy, hey? Where does that trophy
was
live?
Well deserved. And it's actually at work. I keep it at work because we go to the pub on Wednesdays.
Oh, you drink from it.
And
Oh
then
my
I
God.
take that trophy to the pub because Cam will go to the pub with us, and I'll just have them pour the beer in there. That's what we're drinking the beer out of, and it just says 100K March, Chris. Nice little trophy. But can we talk about the unit, Fox, Rachel Fox? Can we talk about her? Because
Yeah, what's going on
oh
there?
my God, 250Ks in a month, absolutely smoked every
It's
single one of us.
270.
Can
It
we
was-
look?
it was-
Can we look up how much she did?
It was.
I tried to look up before we jumped on. I couldn't see our group anymore. I think Strava's taken it off. Well, maybe you can because you started
I
it.
Because I knew Rachel was. I thought Rachel was gonna beat everyone to the 100K
my
first.
bad. Yeah, Rachel Fox did 257.6
Oh my God.
Ks.
so
in the
much more than
month.
what we did.
Mind you, Rachel was training for a 100K event.
Yeah.
She's doing the Blue Mountains.
She was
100Ks.
doing the UTA, I think. She
Yeah.
was trying to train up for that, and I think she had another event.
Yeah, she
the
did like one
6
run
foot-
in there. There was 76
Yeah.
Ks or
When,
something.
I think because
What?
you invited her into the group, and then when I saw Rachel Fox on the group, I was like, "Fuck,
Yeah.
here we go."
I was like, oh,
Here we go.
Because
I thought this was gonna be a
perfect.
It was
group with no one that runs.
yeah. So
Yeah.
see how confident he gets? Oh, no one runs here, so I'm gonna just.
I'll beat all the
smash everyone.
non-runners.
Yeah.
I'm a non-runner either. I don't run.
He wants
But then
a-
I saw Fox join in. I
he
was like,
wants a
"Here
low
we
bar
go.
to jump over.
Here we go." I guess we just all lost.
Yes. So Rachel was telling me that she was training for these events, and I was like, "Great, Rachel, we've actually got a 100K challenge," and she said, "Pull me in it." I was like, "Yes," because everyone was being so confident. Especially my man right here.
Especially Chris.
My man right here is just like, yeah, we're gonna do 25Ks in the first run. We're just gonna get it all done. Maybe the first week we're all done. We were at the pub.
It was nice finishing within the first 12 days and just chilling. Like
Oh, it was a good feeling to get it
it
done.
was a good feeling getting it
Yeah.
done quickly, even though I was in pain. I was like, that's out of the way. Now I can focus on my other 2 challenges, which I did not do. You know, obviously we'll talk about the other challenges, but
Yeah.
one of the other challenges was no beer, or no
Oh.
alcohol, which I think you were the only one that did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, well, Harvey was never signed on to it.
No.
And then I stopped because he told me he drank.
It was a special occasion.
What was the special occasion?
Don't even know.
There was no special occasion.
Yeah.
So I was like,
Oh
oh,
wait, hold on. When was it? It was March, right?
March, yeah.
Alvin's birthday is the 1st of March.
First on
So you
couldn't
didn't
give us
even
a-
complete the challenge.
My brother's
Get
my
it
only
started.
brother, bro.
Nah, so as soon as I did that 100K, I was like, screw it, I'm having a beer. Screw
Yeah,
it.
I felt like actually, but I thought that was okay. If you hit the 100Ks, you're allowed to drink after it.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
a celebratory beer,
Yeah,
or
would have been
2 or
good.
3 or 4. That's fine, but yeah.
I was noticing, I don't know about you, but quickly, very, very quickly, because I wasn't drinking for the 12 days, and I don't drink a lot either, so it wasn't a hard challenge for me to not drink.
Compared to who?
Yeah.
I don't drink, compared to Adam. I don't drink a lot. But within the 12 days, from the running and the no beer, I lost like 3 or 4 Ks, like quickly, very, very quick.
Kilos.
Yeah, kilos, yeah.
You would have, yeah.
Yeah, so because I weighed myself at Pacheco, I think April 31st, 30th, and I was at like 7, no gi, just like straight,
In the nude at Pacheco.
Yeah.
whatever,
no,
so.
no,
There's kids there.
No. Those
That's a family.
boxer briefs, the ones
Yeah.
you train in, and those I was at 79.8,
Woo.
right? Back in April, and then after the run got done, I went to Pacheco on the Saturday because I did it the Saturday morning, and I weighed myself, and
69.
it said 75. I was like, damn.
That's why Dio is putting you in the small human group now.
We're rolling with Jordan. Rolling with
It's like,
Jordan.
Chris, go left. No, go to the right hand
No,
side, please.
And then, were you there? I think you were there when me, you, and then he looks at Jordan and he's just like, go to the big boys.
Yeah,
And I'm just
Jordan
like,
gets
I'm like, I'm taller than Jordan. I weigh more than Jordan.
and
he's
you're
like,
10
just-
years older.
Just, yeah, go over there. And I'm just like being put into, it's cool, rolling with those guys. Obviously Tessa, Bonfi, they're absolutely amazing and they help me so much. But it's just, I was just like, Dio,
But I want to play with a big
Dio,
boy.
hey, Dio, I'm 5'10". Put me over there, man. Come on.
5'10".
I'm
5'10".
5'10". Come on.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, but no, it was good. I lost a lot of weight quickly within the 12 days, and I didn't finish my book because I started the book that I wanted to initially read, but I just could not get into it. I was about 150 pages in, and I was like, this is so boring. I do not like this book at all. So then I swapped books halfway, and then I started reading something that I actually like, and I got halfway through that one.
That's good enough.
So I was like, it's kind of counts for
Yeah,
like
it's
one
actually
book.
not that much to read a book in a month.
Nah.
So
It's
depending what you read, I think.
yeah, no, if I was reading something like Stephen King, like that last Stephen King book I read, that took me a couple of months. That was like 1,400 pages.
Yeah, those are massive though.
But
yeah.
the ones we were choosing were only like 200.
Yeah, but
300
you had
pages.
you had a long one. Did you get through
No,
yours?
he got
Adrian?
a short one.
I had a really short one.
Is it
A Man-
short that
the
one?
man-
A Man's Search for Meaning.
Yeah, did you like it?
Oh.
I didn't start it. I had a busy
Oh.
month. I had a really
Did you
busy
do
month.
any of the challenge? You didn't. You stopped drinking, or you
Drank on 1st of
drank on
April.
1st of March. You didn't
Hey.
read the book.
Celebratory month and a busy month.
This was more of a.
I was busy
Well, he didn't
celebrating.
finish the running at
Yeah.
least. Didn't even start.
Jesus.
You bought it and sent us a photo. of
Yeah, this is like, I'm
the
gonna read
book.
this.
I've done the bare minimum.
I've actually read that book. That book's pretty good.
Yeah,
I
lots of
know.
people talk about
Everyone's telling me about it.
That
I
book-
just didn't do it. Shoot me.
It was. I like that book because obviously there are a lot of books about the Holocaust and people that were imprisoned during the Holocaust and they're in these camps. But that book has that, but he has more of a psychological way of looking things into that book because I think he was just from a psychology standpoint, he was really analyzing everyone that was in that camp. He was analyzing the guards. He was analyzing, the inmates and everybody that was in that camp. And it kind of gave a different perspective than I read the Tattooist of Auschwitz. I think it is. That was
yeah,
that was
I
the
haven't read
guy.
it, but yeah.
That was the guy that was tattooing everyone in Auschwitz.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I
Okay.
read that one. But A Man's Search for Meaning was really good.
Great. And
in-depth.
for the record, I'm really looking forward to
When are you
reading
gonna start it? Next March.
By the end of the year.
Nah.
Oh yeah, save it till next March.
save it
Yeah,
till next
yeah,
March.
I'll send you guys a
March
photo.
2023,
I'll send you
yeah.
another photo with an update.
Well, talking about March 2023, what should we do next March?
Carnivore.
No.
Carnivore. Carnivore.
No.
We already
We've been floating some ideas.
yeah.
All right, let's see. We got to. All right, one. We got to do something none of us do. That's the challenge.
Yeah,
we got to do
none of
something
us-
none of us. So no surfing challenge. 'cause
None of us.
we can
surf
all go
switch.
surf. Cool. That's cool. But we got to do something like I don't know. Like
I thought we could do I wanted to do a surfing one at least because you
Yes.
can log your you could just be amount of Ks in the water paddling because you do. I've seen Cam log the
Cam's been doing it.
surfs.
It's funny seeing Cam's
that's the
little
best way
vlogs.
to
They're
track
just
it.
like scrambled everywhere. Like
which
you
is
can see
probably what
everywhere
you
he's
do.
going.
And I'm super surprised how far you paddle in a surf.
Yeah,
Like if you surf for an hour and a half to 2 hours, he's paddling 3 to 4 Ks.
yeah.
That's more than I thought.
But
100K surf challenge.
Well, just max for a month. I wish we could have had distance traveled. Well, standing up on a
Yeah.
wave, but it's not enough accurate measurements for that. Even the watches that do it, they're a bit iffy and they're expensive, and like not all of us have them.
Yeah.
I think none of us have any of those watches.
There's a bigger barrier.
Yeah.
But what we got to do a fitness one where none of us are used to. Like it would be cool to do the running one again, but I think we should probably change it and do something
Yeah.
different. Like what's another fitness activity that none of us really do?
Yoga.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
that's what Joe and them did
Oh,
for
the
Sober
crew did
October.
that, yes.
The
They did-
first Sober October. I
They
think.
did the hot yoga.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be
Because
brutal. I've done it once. Have you done hot yoga?
I've done hot yoga. I like hot yoga.
hated it.
I
did you do
love hot yoga.
vinyasa yoga or did
I did
you do
Bikram.
the?
I did Bikram.
Bikram, I think.
Oh,
yeah.
okay, 40.
I did-
90 minutes.
Yeah,
Dude, I
loved-
hated it.
I loved it, dude. I loved it.
Okay, so
enjoyed
you'll
it.
already win that one. I'll sign off on that.
It's hard. It's very hard.
so hard.
But I love to sweat.
And it stinks.
I love
Yeah.
I love to sweat and just get rid of all the toxins out of my body and just get rid of all
What
that
were you
stuff.
wearing?
Nude. Full nude.
Speedos?
Full nude. Full nude. That's the only way to go in. Full nude.
Oh, it's brutal. I probably wouldn't sign on to that challenge, to be honest.
No,
Do like
I-
a breakdance challenge. None of us breakdance anymore.
Jeez.
Let's see.
No, surfing. I resonate with the surfing one a lot.
Yeah, but you do surfing a lot, so it's got to be something that you don't do. That's
But
what
that's
makes
because
it the
that's
challenge.
the best thing to do.
It's
It's
greatest.
got to be a challenge that none of us do.
I think it would be great for you to do the surfing
I think it
challenge.
would
It'd
be
force you
really
out in the
challenge
water
for
more
you.
often.
Listen,
I would like
if
the
I have-
psychopath
if I have
Chris
the
to come in the
time-
surfing challenge.
Let's
Mate, I
channel
would
that.
be-
You had the time for the 100K run.
I found the time for the 100K
You
run
can find the time for the surfing
because I left
challenge.
work and stopped working.
You can still
to do
leave
this.
work, brother.
I don't know. I gotta find.
It would be a little bit harder to go out and surf at 3 a.m. in the
Yeah. You did do that one time.
Did I?
Oh, it wasn't 3 a.m.
That wasn't
It was
3 a.m..
9 p.m. maybe.
Yeah.
There was no sunlight.
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
the
What would
dog.
be the challenge? That's kind of.
I think we'll definitely do that. Some of us will do the surfing one. Just log it on Strava.
I think that's a good
I think it'd
one.
be
I
mad.
think it's a good one. Everyone, social cohesion, get the group together.
Harvey would be on. Nick would be on. Nick would probably do all right in this one compared to the running. one.
Yes, he would actually
Yeah.
probably be one of the front runners.
What
but
happened to Reedy? I thought Reedy was gonna do the run.
Nah, he's too big.
He
He's too big. What do you mean he's too big?
He was worried about his
Just-
knees.
just
He
a
actually
bit-
did go for a few runs in March just because the surf was so shit.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, but
How'd your knees feel? Yeah, I was worried about your knees because you kept telling your
yeah,
knees
well,
were gonna be a bit-
I've trained gradually up for it. I did
Yeah.
25 in Jan, 50 in Feb, and then 100.
Yeah.
My knees were actually a lot better than I thought, and my ankles. Yeah, it was all right. I was just bloody tired.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That Achilles pain was no joke. Oh,
yeah,
man.
yeah. Nick had to pull the pin after a run in Newcastle.
Yeah.
Oh, really? What
Yeah,
happened to him?
His Achilles was like shot.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah.
Same.
He doesn't have a running figure exactly, so.
I'm surprised
Same,
he
bro.
entered, to be honest.
Same, bro.
Any other suggestions though? March 2023.
I don't know. I think that's something we got to think about. Maybe do a big workout at Mona Gym and have some beers. That's how the first one came about.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's such a good workout. We do just a massive mean workout here and then just have a six pack.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
good. We did it on did we do it on a Sunday or yeah,
Sunday,
it must
it's
have been a
usually
Sunday.
Sundays.
Yeah, Sunday hour would be
Yeah.
good.
I think
Yeah.
the last one I did here was the CrossFit Open.
Yeah, yeah, it was a bad idea for you.
Yeah. That ruined my shoulder.
Where'd you place worldwide? You had one score in out of 3.
Man, oof, I was pretty up there.
200,000.
I was pretty up there.
We
But,
could, I mean, another, but that wouldn't make sense either. But you could do, I've seen other challenges where they do like a 7-minute squat sit a day for a month and a 7-minute hang.
Actually,
I think that's Ito.
You know what
like
would
originally
be
from Ito
cool?
Portal.
strongman challenge.
How would we do that? What do you suggest?
Well, they do a lot of strongman stuff down at J Train.
Yeah.
And I do have a friend that does strongman stuff, and we just whoever can lift the most.
That's a bad idea.
Whoever can lift the most.
But we got to do like a daily thing though, not
Oh, okay, yeah, true. Or we
Yeah.
could train to it, and then maybe if there's a comp in March that we can.
powerlifting
You-
comp.
Yeah, should we do a powerlifting comp?
What is it? Squat, bench press, deadlift. Mate, I don't know.
You know those balls that they kind of like swing
Well,
in a circle and then they
Nick
just,
would
like,
love that.
throw?
He'd probably win it. Yeah.
I'm a
Those
throw.
or those are,
Oh,
are the ones you throw over the bar.
maybe we do a what's it called, decathlon at the end of the
Yeah.
month,
God,
or come up with 10 challenges.
Oh, you know what we should do? An Ironman.
that's actually
Oh,
not
that's
bad.
brutal.
That's an
Except for the
What is that? Bike, run, and
expensive
swim.
bike. Yeah.
I'll
wouldn't wanna
I'll
do
go
a
on my
f-
bike cruiser. I don't care. You don't need a certain bike. You just take whatever
Well,
bike you
you're
have.
meant to run a.
Ideally,
What's
do.
what's the bike length again? 100 k's, 120.
I think depending on what you do.
If you do a
so
full,
if the full one's pretty crazy.
yeah,
I
think it's
180
180
or
maybe,
something,
yeah, and then yeah.
It's not. It's like a full marathon. It's
Yeah.
a very long swim and then a very long bike
Dude,
ride.
the most brutal part, like every kind of rookie person is saying, 'cause when they do it the first time. So you do swim first, which I think is 3 or 4 k's,
Yeah, I lost.
and then yeah,
I lost.
and then you jump on the bike, and it's 180 k's, and obviously that's so long that for someone who's not an elite athlete, that kind of fucks them over on the bike. But on the bike, you're moving, right? Like even when you're barely paddling, if there's a little bit of downhill, that bike is flying, and they get off the bike. And then you're going to run 42 Ks. It's like everyone says it's like hitting the brick wall straight away because you're off the bike, you got no wheels, and then you're going to run at your own power.
What about just a bike challenge?
'Cause-
Not like a stationary bike. Just oh, that's too boring. I
No,
think-
but
like a
how
cycling?
about we make up our own decathlon, 10 challenges.
Okay.
Could be so.
Yeah.
We could, I mean, I'm just throwing out wild suggestions, but it could be, 1, it's like a 100-meter sprint. 2,
So
long jump.
3-minute
Whatever.
bar hang.
Hip hop dance off.
How would you 3-minute bar hang?
Yeah, you just gotta hang on the bar. That's pretty hard.
You do max bar hang. Why 3 minutes?
So you just hang on the bar like 3 minutes. Oh yeah, max bar hang. Yeah, that's cool. I understand what you're saying. I get it. Yeah.
You need a leaderboard.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Hey, everyone did it.
Yeah.
Everyone didn't do it.
If we all just come here and just hang, and then just the last person to go wins. That
Yeah,
one.
well, perfect.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes more sense.
I do like the leaderboard style challenge where you get updates regularly, like the
Yeah.
running was.
Yeah.
Versus a one-day event.
Yeah, I agree. But if we did a decathlon though, we could make a fun 1-day event. You know what I mean? If we had events that were all in the park, so we make it like an afternoon, and then you get points for whatever placement at each event, and then by the end of it, we'll have a bunch of beers.
Sounds like little athletics.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
You reckon Adam's gonna do this one?
Mate, you know it better than me. He was here. You said he was here for the planning of the first
He
one. Still
was
didn't do it.
here.
We're
He was like, "Yeah,
we're
I'm
planning
down."
it months ahead.
Yeah, I'm down. I'll definitely do it. First day, he's like, boys, I think I'm out. First day.
Well, he actually said in the lead up a lot that he was going to do it too, and then we gave him shit because he wanted to do it on treadmill.
Yeah, he wanted
Maybe.
to do it on a treadmill.
Yeah.
Which was pretty shit. But yeah. Then the
He
first
didn't want to get wet, huh?
first day, yeah, because he messaged me. He's like, "Hey, is it cool if I do it on the treadmill?" And I was like, "Man, if I don't say yes, he's just gonna pull out."
He's
So
pulling.
I was just like, "Yeah, that's cool." The next day, he's like, "Mate, I think I'm out."
Well, I said no straight away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then he also got his appendix removed, which
Yes.
was
Yeah.
That's-
probably something that
Yeah.
we should have considered as well.
Should also say that,
that wasn't
Nick
planned
got
though,
COVID
right?
through it, so he had a
Oh,
good
right. Did he?
excuse.
Oh yeah.
But he only
Okay.
got to 30 Ks, so still not a good excuse.
He only had COVID for 1 week, not the whole month.
yeah.
You could have pulled it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was it's cool. I wonder what we're gonna do. Are we gonna do it in March though, or are we gonna do some?
I think March
This
is a
year.
good month.
Yeah,
Generally, it is.
Yeah.
I mean, it
Generally-
was really good this year because the weather was so
Yeah.
bad. Sometimes the surf can be pumping in March.
Yeah,
that
that's
will,
what I was
that will have a
thinking.
real problem on our.
you said you were
Nice.
gonna do $10 for every K you ran. So did
Yeah,
you
I
put,
just put it in my savings
you
account.
put $1,000 in
Yeah.
your savings, sweet.
Yeah.
And is that gonna be towards your Maldives trip?
Yeah, I probably has to go back out again pretty quick. I'm earning like negative interest on that savings account. How funny is savings account?
Oh
It's
my
like
God.
pointless.
Oh my god, yeah.
I just wanted, like, because I have a savings account and I basically have no money in there really. I just was like, it was good to see the numbers, just
Yeah.
another number to track during the month. But
Yeah.
I mean I don't even know what interest I get on there. It's nothing. It's like 2%.
You should do the personal finance
year.
challenge.
Yeah. What could we do? Make max amount of
On a certain amount of money over
profit on Bitcoin for the year.
Let's do a crypto challenge.
the month. Crypto challenge. Crypto trading
Who can make
challenge.
the most return in a month?
Yes, that's not bad. I'm in for that.
So you know he told you he's going back to Pacheco this week?
Put me on the spot like that.
Hey, you said it. You
Oh,
told me
we
today.
could do like you
A
could get a
jiu-jitsu
point for
challenge.
every jiu-jitsu session you went to.
Oh, like a point system. Every
can-
every session you go to, it's a point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you actually can do.
Every class.
Yeah.
Yeah.
through Whoop, right? You can get your minutes in a certain heart rate, and you can do that.
Yeah.
And any activity, just certain heart rate, you have to be within like a.
Yeah.
know,
But the
whatever.
downside is not everyone has a Whoop band, including myself because I lost mine in the surf
Yeah.
yesterday.
Oh god.
Oh, you lost yours in the surf.
Yeah, but I've got a new one coming. So
You know, Tessa puts hers around her arm and then
Yeah.
just tapes it.
Where do you
I-
put
yeah.
your? Where, is it a
you
wrist?
do
I
your
just
chest,
have the
don't you?
wrist one. No, I just have
Oh.
the wrist, and I don't wear it during jits because
Oh, okay, okay.
I don't have that bicep band yet.
Yeah.
But I'll probably get one of those.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Are you
But yeah,
Bicep
that
band.
would be good. That would be. It would actually be really good to have a Whoop challenge because there's so many stats through there. You could have. Because there's so many numbers, you can make anything a challenge. Like who has the best sleep data over a month? Who has the best recovery data over a month? It'd be really fun.
Mine's
But
the shittest. I have the
Yeah.
shittest sleep.
I'm
ever.
not bad at sleeping.
I don't sleep.
I'm been pretty up there. But after we changed the clock, I've been waking up too early.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh, actually, yeah, me
because
too.
you wake up like let's say if I wake up at 4:30, that's 5:30 really.
Yeah.
But then
Yeah.
you wake up at 4:30, you're like, fuck.
What am I gonna do for the next
Yeah,
hour before the
but
sunrise
trying to
comes
go
up?
back to
But then I
sleep.
go to sleep and then I wake up even more tired than I
Yeah,
was before.
I hate that.
Yeah, I try
can't-
not to do that.
Yeah, I can't go back to
Yeah.
sleep.
But then it's not practical to wake up at 4:30. What am
No,
I doing?
it's too early.
Sun's
And
not
it's
up.
annoying because it's
Unless you're
perfect
gonna-
at 5:15.
Unless you're going to train or do something
Mm.
that you're meant to do at
Well,
4:30, then yeah, it's not practical.
running challenge is
Yeah.
over.
Yeah, I know. I'm not running now. Not
Yeah.
before surfing.
I'll tell you what I did through the running challenge. Is nose breathe.
Mm,
Pure,
During running?
I've heard about
pure nose breathing
Zach does
through
that.
running,
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely didn't do that.
which
Yeah.
was
I tried doing that. in
Really?
Some splits. Yeah.
How did you do it
God,
during
it was
running?
hard. Like this.
That's why you want your headphones.
You know, Zach sleeps with a tape over his mouth, so he just nose breathes.
Holy moly.
Yeah, so he tapes his mouth. That way he just breathes through his nose, and that way it just helps his run. His running's phenomenal. He's
He's
always
injured
running.
at the moment.
He is.
Unfortunately.
Is it
yeah.
his knee?
Yeah.
Ah,
Mm.
yeah. But
So
yeah,
many
nose,
knee
I was
injuries.
trying the nose breathing too, but some spots where I was just getting too exhausted.
Man,
Yeah.
doing that hill at Warriewood and nose breathing, it got really comfortable towards week 3, week 4. Nose breathing.
Yeah.
It's incredible how much your body changes and adapts to that type of breathing because
Yeah.
you want to like breathe in as much as you
Yeah.
can normally, but like I think as something clicked halfway through,
If
and
you did it that much,
yeah,
you would have gotten heaps better at it.
man,
Yeah.
I think I'm going to purely run next time, just with nose breathing.
Have you ran since?
Me?
Mm,
Since the
I've
challenge.
definitely run, yeah.
no.
Try going for a run. You'll feel pretty good.
No.
I'm telling you, you'll feel fantastic.
Yeah, but the surf's back up now, and
it is.
yeah, there's other priorities. I mean, I probably should run. My shoes are pretty dead.
Yeah, I saw your shoes at the end. I was like, oh,
Yeah. My 10-year-old shoes did 175 Ks in 3 months.
Jeez.
that's a
So
lot.
I probably should get some new shoes at some point. But
Yeah.
Probably.
yeah, I don't. It's funny with running for me. I enjoyed the challenge and I enjoy a little bit of running, but I don't really like. There's other stuff I enjoy more. I
Yeah,
think.
I don't mind 1 or 2 runs during the week, which is what I like. And just like I
That's so
said,
hot. 2
no,
runs a
1 or
week.
2 runs. It's like a Monday and a Friday.
How many times do you go to jiu-jitsu?
I've been going like 4 or 5 now.
And then plus you run twice.
Yeah,
That's
well,
a lot.
I've
How many times do you surf a week?
maybe 6 or 7 in my head. No, I've done a lot of jujitsu more, but I've kind of backed off on the weights. But I want to get back on the weights.
Oh, so you do weights as well.
Yeah. Well, when I was training here, when I was
How
going
much
to
are you
Pacheco,
training?
like a lot. But I
Yeah.
backed off the weights, which I want to pick back the weights. I feel like my strength's gotten down a little bit, so I
Mm.
want to go back. Like when I was training with Alessio, during those 2 years, I was just getting jacked as, and I was just like, man, this
Eh.
feels pretty good. I was getting jacked. Which is why I'm like, man, I want to go back to Tribe, but Tribe is pretty far away from where I live, and we only
Yeah.
share the one car. Plus going to jiu-jitsu and then going to Tribe and then trying to run at the same time. It's so much.
And
It's
Too
just-
much. You got to pick. You got to pick.
You got to pick,
something.
yeah. Because I used to climb as well, and I
Yeah.
was doing climb with
We should.
jiu-jitsu.
I would rather go back to that.
I was going one. At one point I was going training yard, jiu-jitsu, and climbing, and it was
Yeah.
just like Chantel would never see me, and I was like, maybe I should probably
And you're spending like $300 a week
a
on
week
fitness.
on fitness. Yeah, body's my temple. Yeah, whatever. And then
Good
I ate,
investment, huh?
and then I ate like shit.
And then, yeah, that's why you eat like shit. You can't go to
Yeah.
the carnivore.
Yeah.
Got no money left.
Yeah, I know. But
Yeah.
yeah, I had to pull some things back, so that's why I've just been going straight to jiu-jitsu because they do have weights there. So if days that I want to just do weights, I'll run to jiu-jitsu. That way I get my run in, and then I'll lift weights. But it's not good to run and then lift weights because you lose a lot of your energy running. But if you
You're
hit
not running that far.
yeah, it's not that far, and I'm not hitting a fast run. I'm
Yeah.
just going pretty moderately
It's your
slow.
warm up.
Yeah, it's my warm up,
Yeah.
and then I can go straight into lifting weights, and then I'll run back home. Boom, that's done. Next day I'll go to the jits. Boom, that's done. And then I obviously go both open mats. I get a lot of
Yeah.
good feedback and help when I go to open mats, so that's really good.
Try all your weird
Illegal.
submissions.
Yeah.
All your illegal shit.
Illegal, abstract, frowned upon.
Only you think it's frowned upon.
I think everyone's frowning on you.
You footlock this guy, and you're just like, mate, you can't do that. He's like, that's dirty. You can't do that.
It's so dirty.
I'm like,
man.
you
Wow,
can
we all
footlocks.
know that you're a dirty roller as well. Like,
Yeah, you, apparently,
sparring
yeah.
partner.
Oh yeah.
We're not going to
Don't-
mention
don't
names, but
mention anyone's
we're not going to
name.
mention names, but
Yeah, you're way too
you're a
aggressive.
bit too
Adrian.
aggressive,
I'm too
apparently, when you roll.
That's why I stopped. 'cause I
Yeah.
was
Oh my
just
goodness.
having anger management issues.
I like seeing Kim back at jiu-jitsu though.
I haven't
Kim-
seen him.
Oh, last time I had a shocker, but
we
yeah.
went back, and then he's just sitting down on the ground. I was like, mate, I don't think I swept anyone today.
I didn't get one sweep in the
Oh.
whole 20 minutes. It was
Nah, there's some days where I don't get a sweep at
terrible.
all, like at all. And,
Yeah.
everyone's
And
just-
Chris swept me, which is like just as bad. I was like,
It was-
what,
it
what's
was like-
happening
it
here?
was straight lasso guard. It was lasso guard, and I pulled this way, and he just fell over.
Oh,
And I was just like,
Makes you want to stop.
I was like, Kim, get
Yeah.
up, Kim, come on.
had a pretty average day.
That's okay.
That's all
That's
right.
all right. Yeah, it's been fun being back on the mat.
Yeah, it's
for
good
sure.
So you come back this week for sure?
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
I'm planning on a double.
I'll let Dio know.
Just straight into a
I'll
double.
let Dio know. You're coming
I
back.
like doing a
Gi-no-gi.
double.
Bam.
Yeah.
2 points.
I haven't been doing a lot of no-gi. I haven't
Really?
done, yeah.
That's my preferred.
I think I'm going to switch
It's
it up.
too late for me. It's after 6 p.m.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like by the time
No,
I
it's
finish
better than-
no-gi, go home, my adrenaline's still up, and then by the time I eat
and-
dinner and my adrenaline doesn't cook off till like 11.
That's another thing with running. I could never run after a meal.
No,
No,
definitely
no,
not.
no, no,
I'd
no.
rather run empty stomach.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
No.
So I had to time it because I don't typically eat dinner
Yeah.
Monday to Friday.
Yeah, that's
And
right.
so that was the perfect time because my stomach
You
was
don't eat dinner Monday to Friday.
No, he doesn't. He
intermittent
fasts.
fast.
He
Yeah.
fasts. He's been doing that for
So you
years.
eat breakfast and lunch?
Yes.
Yeah.
Dang. Oh, so
Yeah.
you do IMF on the other. Most people do it on the morning side. right?
Yeah, but I
wow.
don't like
But
I don't like
Eh.
going surfing on an empty stomach.
but you don't
Oh.
Okay.
eat much, to be honest. Like you like today, your brekkie wrap. You shared a brekkie wrap between you and Lisa, and
Because
you
we
had.
had 2 events yesterday: barbecue at your house, and then a dinner at my uncle's house.
But are
I
you
ate
gonna
a
have
lot.
dinner tonight?
Probably
All right, so you had the small brekkie wrap, half a brekkie wrap. What's for lunch?
not. My dietitian here.
I gotta make sure you get your calorie intake. You know.
I didn't
energy
sign
back.
up for this. Hey, you
Good
going back to
skinny.
jujitsu? What are you eating? What are you eating?
What vitamins you taking? Let me know, let me know about your sleep
Everything.
schedule.
Oh, yeah, I'll eat further foods today.
Okay.
Further foods. I'll
speaking-
eat further foods.
Speaking of vitamins, I think
That's my brand.
the one thing that was
Further
really
Foods.
helping,
I'll further my food intake.
the one thing
so-
that was helping on vitamins was that magnesium. Magnesium during my runs. Ooh,
Make you sleep.
During? Do you mean after or before?
after,
Yeah.
yeah, I would just pop like 3 or 4 required. It said don't take more than 2. I was like, screw it, I'm gonna take 3 or 4. I'm in pain here.
I didn't
my-
take really any supplements.
No.
for
Yeah,
it.
neither do I.
Yeah.
I do.
I used to take
magnesiums.
magnesium in the evening, but it made me wake up at night and having to piss.
Yeah,
Oh,
I stopped doing
oh
it.
yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I do magnesium, and then I would do electrolytes. You know those little electrolytes that come in. those
Yeah,
jars?
I took some electrolytes just because it was so humid as well when we were
Yeah,
running. Though.
yeah.
You lose a lot of.
yeah.
Yeah, some of the runs I did, like especially around the lagoon, so humid.
Oh, it's so there's that one bit on the back end where it's just like the woods.
Yeah,
So it's just
up at
nasty and
the
humid there.
war veterans.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
But
never got a dry run across there for the whole month. It was
I
wet.
think every single run that I did was humid. It was
Mm.
like I think the worst one that was so bad I did around my neighborhood. I just ran around my neighborhood for like 7Ks. It was just so muggy. It was disgusting. I was like,
worst summer in freaking history.
I know, yeah.
Terrible.
And I was waiting, I was actually waiting because that first week of March, I was like, man, it's raining the first week of our month for this challenge. That sucks. Maybe I should wait it out.
Little
it
did he
out.
know.
You should've waited it out.
Little did we know, it's still raining and it's mid-April.
Nah, we're good
Jeez.
weather now.
No, it's 4 days of sunny and then we're back to rain. Did you see the weather?
Nope, we're on
Oh.
the surf challenge.
Yeah.
Tim Bailey.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
All right, that was fun.
Good challenge.
Thanks, Kim.
Thanks
Thank you
for
for having us, yeah.
organizing the challenge and
Yeah.
setting up the Strava group. And
No worries.
can't wait for the next one.
Yeah, that
Yep.
was fun.
Let's do
We're
it.
gonna do it.
Nice March.
All right.
All right.
See ya. Bye.